My name is Ife. Carol, how are you?
Please set up quickly. We are starting. It's 7 o'clock and we are starting on time. What's the scene?
The angel you mentioned brings to mind the KOK story that is trending.
Mm.
The show begins. Hey, in spite of the showers of blessing and the rough road, the waterlogged, mm, yeah, well, there are still roads. Yeah, we are in a jolly mood this morning, and you will find out why. It's gonna be a lovely day. I can see my crystal ball. Everyone is set, and we are ready for you. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge. Wherever you are listening to us, we are glad and excited to have you with us this morning. Well, we're about to cruise. My name is still Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fudge. And we are loaded this morning. I have with me my friend and brother. Okay, let me start with the angel that came a little bit late this morning. Uh,
A little
looking
bit late.
looking fabulously coifoid, I will call, with gold bangle, is banglet around her waist, the lacy white dress, lovely looking thing, and she's smiling coyly, like how they do in the film, lovely, lovely, looking dandy this morning. Good morning. I've been sighing you anyhow, and she's beaming. Good morning,
Oh my God,
AC.
Fudge.
Good morning. Good to see you. Okay, why are you late? Is it rain? Is it hold up? Is it traffic jam? Is it women issue?
My dad.
Oh, yeah, that cost it.
Yes.
Okay, we have to warn you, Miss. You can't be behaving like
Oh
that too. You
God.
can't make my babe come to class to studio late. Okay, I'm sure he's listening, so he will adjust. Well, thank you for that. I mean, it's not easy. Okay, and also with us, there's a big small daddy in the house also. Is with us, joining us quite early. Good morning, our analyst and co-anchor, Alex Ogundadebe. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Lagos. I must say it's great to be on Top Radio 90.9. It's a rainy day, but in spite of the cold and the wetness, I dare say on the Vintage Talk Show, we're going to have a lot of fun this morning.
Yeah, let's do some onomatopoeia. In spite of the wet day, it's going to be hot this morning. Good. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for joining us, and of course, my big brother and co-anchor, a veteran of veterans. Good morning, Tokumbo Ojekunle. We call him Mr. T.
Thank you much. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this great show. In a vintage style, we're getting to be very early, and it's getting better still. We have a way with the IT situations now. But good morning, welcome.
Yeah,
Just as Alex said,
yeah.
it's going to be a big, interesting show. Let's go.
Amen. Amen. Yes, we're getting the hang of the gadgets and all that. It's not easy when you put a room full of well, fairly senior citizens. you tend to you tend to have occasional hiccups.
Fudge,
You know,
don't
but
go there. Fudge, don't go there.
oh,
You know,
but we soldier,
you know,
we soldier,
don't go there.
soldier.
Don't go there. Let's just sit down there, and as it is, I must not touch any button. Otherwise,
Yes,
I'm off.
just,
So let me just
just don't
let me
cause any
kesibe.
stress.
Let me kesibe.
Just flow. The way it is said, so shall it be. Okay. Yeah, let's start. Let's start the show. Let's take a look back to what our ancestors have for us. A peep into the wisdom of our elders. It says, to try and to fail is not laziness.
Mhm.
You you have tried, you have made efforts, you are not successful. It's not the end of the world. You are not lazy. It's not because you are lazy. It just didn't work out. Or sometimes things don't work out as we plan. You know, it does not mean lazy. Don't let them call you. Don't let them call you, and you accept and embrace that indeed you are lazy. No, you are not lazy. Your brain is not lazy. Sometimes things don't work out as it is. This is a natural thing. I mean, in success, all the successes you see all around you, they are testament to several failures. Things happen in the background. Nobody celebrates failure. It's the success they see.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
don't stop trying.
Mhm.
Today, hopefully, we'll have a full regimen of segments and talking points. We hope to have a talking point with a guest later on this show, an interesting guest. I look forward to him or her joining us. Let me open the bag before we get to the point of entry. And that will be a point blank by the grace of God, which hopefully Bosun will join us. And we hope to play you one of our greats. We've tried for 2 weeks unsuccessfully. Hopefully, this last weekend of June, we should be able to do that. And of course, we have our usual starters, entertainment news, takes on it, global trends, and reviews of major newspaper headlines. Now, going straight into action. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Our first piece of business is entertainment gist or entertainment news or whatever you would like it to be called. And it's anchored by AC Fair. AC Fair, are you ready for us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, shoot.
Chivido 2024. Award-winning singer David Adeleke, also known as Davido, described his wedding day with his longtime partner, Chioma Rowland, as the best day of his life.
Hmm.
In a video clip shared online, the related act expressed his happiness. Thus, I feel good. It's the best day of my life. It's a great day. We are here to receive our wife. The wedding took place in Lagos State and was attended by dignitaries, including governors, high-profile traditional rulers, and celebrities. This made the occasion the most trending event in the country on Tuesday, 25th of June. As part of the festivities, leading automobile company GAC Motors gifted Davido and Chioma a brand new sports utility vehicle. He made a heartfelt promise to his bride's parents, assuring them that their daughter will be protected, respected, and connected for a lifetime while prostrating before his parents-in-law.
Well, congratulations to
Congrats,
David and Chioma.
Chivido. Yeah.
And that last prostration promise is very important.
Mm.
Uh,
Very.
Knowing the caliber of the game the man has played and his what do we call it, past records, you know, of familiar.
It's not easy to marry both women. Oh.
But
Please,
let's save it.
Is it easy
It's a
to marry
wedding.
Yoruba man?
It's a wedding report. Let's save that too.
Is it easy to marry a Yoruba man that is very popular, wealthy, young, and very, with very mobile eyes, and other and other mobility issues. So anyway, you say you'll be connected, she'll be respected,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
please do not
That's
forget
a
your
that's a
vows.
man.
It's important. It's important. The journey you have just started, in spite of all your baggage and whatever,
Mhm.
it's a very wondrous one, very important one, and it's commendable that you are able to. I saw some snippets of the show. It's what
Mhm.
Yoruba you say, one power and they made a point
Mhm.
of it. They didn't spray naira, so you won't say they defaced your naira. They sprayed dollars.
Mhm.
So you can't say they you can't say they marginalized or bastardized your naira. They say they want to bastardize US dollar.
The the EFCC policy might probably experience a revised edition. Uh,
Yeah,
That they
because
loophole they have to.
this is
to
out of their
include all other
jurisdiction.
currencies. Yeah.
You can't come and say you want to. They're mutilating a foreign currency. It's not your currency. So
That's your
you know,
own.
I like people who have money. They rub it in your face in such a way that but it's good. It's good. It's all good.
It's some
Uh,
panache.
the Bible says we should rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who
Yeah.
mourn.
Mhm.
We can't say because there is hunger in the land, some people will not marry. And some people will not do what they like with their money.
Mhm.
Uh, well, we say congratulations to Davido and Chivido. What do you call her? Like
Chivido,
the Chivido.
Chioma Davido.
Chivido.
That's the that's,
Chivido. These
that's
Gen
the
Z people will
insignia.
kill us. Oh.
That's the
Chivido,
insignia
right?
for the nuptials.
Wow.
Chivido, that Choma, and instead of say David,
Davido.
that's the Vido of David. Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Chivido of
Okay,
Davido.
and it was a heavy, heavy gathering. Good for them, and
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
congratulations to the Adeleke family.
congratulations. Nice one. Nice one.
Okay, let's move on.
Biodun Stephen explains why filmmakers often recycle themes. Filmmaker and actress Biodun Stephen has explained the repetitive movie trends in Hollywood, attributing them to the drive for commercial success. She noted that when a particular type of movie becomes commercially successful, others try to replicate the formula, often without understanding the factors behind the success. This approach, she said, leads to a flood of similar films as everyone tries to cash in on the trend. Stephen likened the situation to opening a shop and selling a popular product only for others to follow suit without innovating or understanding the original recipe for success. She emphasized that filmmaking is a gamble and that
Hmm.
the desire for return on investment often drives decisions. While commercialization has been a long-standing issue in Hollywood, Stephen encouraged filmmakers to explore simplicity and originality rather than solely chasing trends and financial gains.
It's called
Hmm.
deja vu. It's called deja vu. Same advice, year in decade after decade,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they still do the same thing. I don't give advice again though, because they
I
never
don't
listen.
know. Yeah, I don't know if Steven will recall. I don't know the age of Panda. Panda, you know. Alex, in fact, I don't know if it's a friend will know Panda. Panda
I
is an
already shaking her
imitation.
head.
Although
He's already shaking her head.
He's thinking ahead. It's an imitation of the
Like
original,
a
and we
counterfeit.
grew with it. We grew with it. It was bad timing, and gradually we got it culturalized into it. So, what this person has said is very great. Nice observation, but it's about me. It's about the attitude. It's about the culture. It's about the person. So
Yeah.
I can read it in the books and yet not do anything. If you have a good song, I would touch it and retouch it again. There was a man called James Last in
Hmm.
America.
Yes.
He touched
Yeah.
and retouched every great song, and he sold.
Mm.
He had an orchestra. I think I
He
remember
had
him.
an orchestra. Yeah, James Last had an orchestra. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, we should look at it. It kills professionalism and commercialization.
Yeah. Yeah. May they hear and respond positively. But
Mm.
you know, they say honoruni honor. It's the bell is most times dictate the tune. You know, when
Mhm.
hunger when hunger knocks, creativity can travel. Oh. So
Creativity will
imitation
go.
can travel. That's where imitation comes
Creativity
in.
will fly.
Okay,
Oh, come on.
it's fair. Do we have more?
Yes, we have. How Oni of Ife reconciled Baba Wande and Tunde Kelani, Dotun Taylor.
Mm.
The
Hmm.
president of Aroba Group, an international cultural organization, Dotun Taylor, has explained how the long-term feud between veteran Yoruba movie actor Karim Adepoju, popularly known as Baba Wande, and renowned filmmaker Tunde Kelani was settled. Taylor, in a statement on Saturday, 22nd of June, in Lagos, said that the 30-year dispute revolved around royalty issues from the 1993 hit movie Ti Oluwanile.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
cited
Yeah.
the willingness
Mm.
of veterans to put aside their differences as a valuable lesson for the movie industry and beyond.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ti
Yeah.
Oluwanile, initially written by Adepoju in 1987, was transformed into a three-part movie in 1993 through Kelani's Mainframe Films and Television Productions. The Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, also expressed his appreciation for the film and chose me as the agent for the reconciliation. This historic reconciliation is a testament to the Ooni of Ife's commitment to promoting Nigeria's cultural heritage and the core aim of Aroba Group Limited in preserving the rich cultural history of the Yoruba lineage, Taylor said.
Wow. To have a feud or a quarrel for 30 years.
Hmm.
I remember when it broke out, and I watched those series of movies. Tiolu Wanile, fantastic piece.
Beautiful.
It it established the legendary status of Baba Wande as a cunning comic character, uh, a fabulously talented uh, mischief maker. It was something else. It was something else, and it was well produced by Kilani. So I was saddened by the fracas and issue of copyright, who owns this and all that. But we thank God that the Oni has. I mean, it's never too late. Oni has interjected and apparently settled them. I hope it stays settled and they're able
Mm.
to reconcile accounts and all that. This money matters at the end of the day, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
imagine. You can imagine what we had lost within 30 years of their field. Because
Mm,
these two men, great, great performers. Kelani in his own right, fantastic director, producer,
it's
and
something.
Baba Wande, somebody used the word unscripted for Baba Wande once. And I was asking, what do you mean by unscripted? He said,
Mm.
because he has a feeling that Baba Wande goes off script and still does not miss the theme and focus of the story.
Oh yeah,
And I said, wow, I never saw that before. And that is just a
yeah.
natural, a natural. So we want to
Yeah.
thank the Oni for that. And then Dotun Taylor himself, I remember him very, very well. And I think they've done well bringing the two together. And as Pat says, we hope it's going to be a
Now
lasting,
from that end, yes.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
said, thank you so much, Dotun Taylor is always in the vanguard of this
Hmm.
Yoruba Renaissance kind of a thing. This is
Hmm.
good. This is
Hmm.
good. Everyone to his own part. Let's move on. We have two more, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Olamide Asake refused to comment on rumored feud. Amidst growing tension within the Yahoo Boy No Laptop record label following the unexpected departure of popular artist Ashake. The label founder, Olamide, has distanced himself from any conflict. The acclaimed rapper and music executive declined to comment on the ongoing drama.
Mm.
The trouble within the YBNL camp began when Ashake, known for his hit song Mr. Money, removed all social media posts connecting him to Olamide and YBNL. This sudden move has sparked speculations among fans and industry watchers about the nature of his departure from the label that launched his career.
Mm. Fans and journalists, they are always concerned. You know,
Mhm.
one interesting fact about this YBNL, I just found out yesterday that YBNL means Yahoo Boy No Laptop. You know, yeah, we have problem in this country.
I was going to ask Isife, what does that actually, what does that mean? And
Yahoo
I
Boy
don't know.
No Laptop. Usually, I mean, he's trying to say is as corny and smart as the Yahoo boys, but he doesn't do the act because
It doesn't do
they
the,
are
yeah,
dependent on laptop. You know, you can't say a Yahoo boy without a laptop. So you say Yahoo boy no laptop. But to put that as your signature is I respect their flexibility. Mm.
thinking the
The
negative way, right?
capacity to play with madness and still be sane.
The
It's
same.
it's something unique. But anyway,
Well, it
the
could
Yoruba
be,
people will
maybe it's
say,
a spill from abroad. It could be a spill from
Mm.
abroad. You know, you have a lot of artists who tend to use the negative to promote their work, and
oh
Mm.
yeah,
sometimes it
Mm.
yeah,
works. For
Yeah.
instance,
especially
the
this rap,
record company names, Death Row
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Records, Bad Boy
yeah,
Records, all those things.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, absolutely, and especially when it's in the same genre, which is a
Mm.
rap, hip hop, and all
Mm-hmm.
that. They
Well,
fancy all those eye-catching, mind-shaking, you know, the things that will cause you to say, "Oh,
mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's all right." Like Yoruba people will say, 20 children can play for 20 years. There will always be some point where part ways and all that. Just make it
Mm-hmm.
amicable, and let it be no no bloodletting, so to speak. Okay, and lastly, Isife,
Yes, alleged contract breach. Angel Unigwe's mother takes action against KOK. Teen actress Angel Unigwe has taken legal action against veteran actor Kanayo O. Kanayo over an allegation of breach of contract. On 21st of June, Kanayo called out Angel on social media, accusing her of not fulfilling a contract they had signed for a production. He also claimed that Unigwe's mother is known for breaching contracts by prematurely taking her daughter away from set. Furthermore, Kanayo threatened to disrupt any movie production involving Angel. Responding, Mrs. Unigwe stated, "For the public record, we hold sacred the terms of any contracts we enter into, and we are fully committed to performing all lawful obligations required of us under such contracts. We vehemently deny the false accusations and slanderous statements contained in Mr. Kanayo's video. We want to assure the public that we have done no such thing and are deeply hurt by these unfounded allegations." She further stated that legal action has been taken and called on the security agencies to intervene in the matter and guarantee Angel's safety.
well, now that they have resorted to legal means, we will just read and waka pass.
Mm.
We we will just
Yeah.
read and be responsible enough to waka pass, and we just wish that these things can be settled amicably
Yeah,
as
it
quickly as
should be.
possible.
It should be.
Mm,
The allegations
mm,
are coming from both sides. And
mm.
of course, I'm sure if it does get to court, if they don't find a way to settle it before then, it could be resolved. There's nothing
Yeah,
that can't be resolved in this. Yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, on that note, we'll take a short moment, a short break. and come back. Let's listen to this music. It says Casanova by Bayani. I mean, this is a disclaimer. This is the first time I'm hearing that name, Bayani. It's if you have you heard
Bayani.
that, it probably
Yeah,
will be your
Bayani.
generation. Bayani. Wow. When I was listening, I listened a bit to a piece of it, and it looks interesting. Bayani. Here he goes. Hmm.
We can't hear it.
No, we can only imagine it. Fat can
What did you
describe it
say?
to us. I said Fat can describe it to us. We can only
You
imagine
mean
the
the
sound.
music? You mean
Yeah,
the
Alex
music?
says we can't hear, and I agree with him.
Eh, don't hear
Wow,
because if I leave
wow,
the studio, the first notice I'll get is from Facebook. They say this product, this what's it called? This video has been flagged by something something in Southeast Asia that he has that he has
wow.
infringed on their rights and all that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
ask you, do you want to challenge it? Or I don't want stress. Yeah, so I'll end up
You
deleting the
know,
something,
you
or
know,
else I have to go to YouTube and
it's
edit
a tough
out
one.
the music.
Yeah,
You know,
that
Yes.
part. Yeah.
since we're off air, I think we could just talk about the KOK thing.
Mm,
Um,
Okay.
mm.
it was pronounced that the lady is actually banned from movies in
While we
Nollywood.
are talking, please get Global Trends Radio. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is ready. Oh, I mean,
Okay.
you have it as well. Alex, you have yours.
I do, I do.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So I was wondering, can KOQ actually blacklist an individual like that? Does he have that influence in Nollywood?
Hmm.
It will
Hmm.
be his own production now. He can't do it. Production and his friends. It can be
Um,
done, but it will just be limited. It's called star power. If he's able to do it and is
Okay.
well respected around his caucus, of course his
It will have
caucus
a
will
rippling.
black.
It will have a rippling
Yeah.
effect around the
Yes.
industry. Yeah. Okay.
And over
because
Fantastic.
I
time,
understand
it will be
that
like
the
a stigma.
production they're talking about is actually his own
Yeah,
production.
I suppose so. From the way it is done. Okay, we're going back in 30 seconds. Okay, are we doing the are we splitting the global trends? Who is taking what?
Um, since
Mr. T can take
uh,
it. Uh,
all running through, right?
yeah, you could take it.
Okay, we'll make comments over it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yes, we are back. That was did I call it Buyana? What did I call it? Buyana or what?
Bayani.
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 I was going to
Bayani.
turn it to the football team. Bafana. Bayani. Okay. That was Bayani says, I'm not the Casanova. Neither am I. You know, we're going on to global trends. And Mr. T is waiting for us. Are you ready, Mr. T?
Yes, Baj. Thank you. We're starting from the US. Um, Biden in post-debate scandal. US President Joe Biden has come out fighting after his performance on the TV debate with Donald Trump, prompting serious conversations at the top of the Democratic Party. over whether he should withdraw from the White House race. Gentlemen.
Mm. Mr.
Alex, did
President,
you watch? Alex, did you
I
watch the
didn't.
debate?
I
I missed.
didn't.
I missed it.
But
Oh,
I didn't.
the report I read is not is
But
unflattering
yeah,
for
yeah, for
Biden.
Biden.
but
CNN
if we're to be
ran a brief
honest,
later. Yes.
Biden hasn't been in the best of health in recent
No.
times.
Yeah,
No.
it's not about best of it. He's 81 years old. Which best of health you want to do for 81-year-old man? He's
It's
He's
old.
not.
uh,
mm,
he's
you
forgetting
know.
things. He's
Oh
making
yes.
mistakes and all that, and it's
And he
not
goes
sitting
Alex,
for
well.
words. He goes blank
Alex,
at times.
I can't say I want to wait till when you get to 81. Because me too, I will have gone far. I wouldn't know what I will be able to see. But it's not easy.
Let me explain
It's
this.
not easy.
I don't understand how Americans do their thing. Oh. Is it at this point you want to withdraw this man? He's a
No.
walkover for Trump.
It's just
He's
a
a
panic. It's a
walkover.
panic reaction. It's a
It's a
panic reaction.
walkover. Come on.
You know somebody,
All these
an
months.
analyst.
Yeah.
You know, an analyst argued that just like Obama said, you can mess up in the first debate
Debate.
and bounce back because for his re-election, he messed up big time. That's Obama. He messed up big time, but he still bounced back. And he won the election. So, like for instance, the day after, Biden went on his on the stumps and started yapping and bouncing and challenging and making noise and all
Yeah,
that.
he was very furious. He acted it. He
Yeah,
acted out. He did.
yeah.
He
So
did.
I'm sure
Yeah.
by September for the second leg of the debate or any other thing before that, I'm sure he will put up a more formidable reaction. You know, and they are two old men. The other one is just 3 years younger at 78.
Yeah,
You know, they are two
yeah,
old
but
men.
Trump
You
Trump looks stronger and more. Uh, how does one put it now? He seems to be
more
more in
agile.
grasp of his environment and his thoughts while speaking.
And they claim that he was lying through his teeth.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
his
I
style.
mean, he has a lot of
That's Trump's
baggage.
style. You
Yeah,
know,
even the foreign
when
press
he
did say that. The
when
Russian
he
press,
was
Chinese press, they talked about that as well, and I agreed as well. A lot, don't fact check, all together bundled up, not not real issues, just flipping things. And another thing, I'm sorry to really break this, was the fact that Biden was warned. If you're going to face this guy, talk about the baggage he's carrying, talk about the negatives. Don't
You know,
stand, yeah, don't stand firm with him to be proving logic
Biden,
about policies.
Biden wants to
We
do like he's a clean man, he's president, doesn't like Ben
Yeah,
style and all that.
it came too clean though. Yeah, it came too clean.
But I'm
It came too
sure
clean.
it will be all guns shooting next time from the hip or from
Mhm.
wherever he wants to try and shoot. Okay, let's move on. We have spent the whole day on Biden
Okay, yeah.
and his
Okay,
nemesis.
let's go to India. In Delhi, oh, bad case. It says
Mm.
Delhi collapsed. A roof at the Delhi airport has collapsed after heavy rain, killing one person and injuring 8 others. That
Mm.
oh
happened
dear,
in the airport. Yeah, very very
Yeah.
sad incident. Yeah, I saw a clip
in
of
New
that.
Delhi,
New Delhi,
the
yes, New Delhi. Sorry. Yeah.
commercial capital of India.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
sad story.
Mm-hmm. Northern disgust. North Korea is censoring. Listen to this. North Korea is censoring wedding dresses, sunglasses, and slang in its latest crackdown on South's influence, a report suggests. The fight between the North and South can never end. Do you think there can never be an
I don't
amicable
even
way to solve these issues?
see how many thousands of kilometers I'm away from that place. I don't even want to comment about them. North Korea is someone that
You know,
You know,
it's
will look at
you know,
someone like this and a general twice his age will be shaking and trembling. No, no, no.
Yes.
Let us move on. Just leave them with God will help them with their kids.
Then the floating balloons, the floating trash balloons that was sent to the south. The balloons
Yeah.
will fly in, and when they get burst, rubbish, everything as waste disposal comes raining like rain. Oh, I said, what a way!
Oh, now we're just looking for trouble all over the place. Just look,
Oh,
you
terrible,
wake up
terrible
and just
trouble.
say, who can we shoot to? Which missile can we send? Or we just say we are trained. Let's cause
And
more problems.
there's a response action. The South Koreans will now send their own balloons, and they have attached a small speaker to it. Now, once it
Hmm.
lands, right, the speaker begins to sing terrible songs about their leader. They have what a waste
That,
of money is this?
that's what they call soft war. Yeah, they're doing soft battle. You know?
Absolutely. Oh, very interesting story. Go and read it up. Very interesting story.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Cocaine
Yeah.
trafficking. Juan Orlando Fernandez, the ex-president of Honduras, who was convicted of drug crimes in a U.S. court, has been sentenced to 45 years in prison.
Hmm.
Well, many people saw that coming, just couldn't escape it, and we move on. Not loud enough. I like this slang. It says Hong Kong officials have warned at least two schools. Their pupils were singing the Chinese national anthem too softly.
You know,
Oh my God.
yeah,
Oh,
this
this
we
is
are laughing.
comedy. I don't
We are
understand this
laughing.
diplomacy.
People go to jail for this thing you are laughing over. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's on climate.
There's in Hong
What?
Kong, there's a lot of
Yeah,
resistance over Chinese domination,
there is.
Yeah.
but they really don't have any choice. China is the big brother right
It is
beside them.
indeed. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Child abuse. Harris Paris Hilton told the U.S. Congressional Committee she was force-led medications and sexually
Hmm.
abused by staff at a private youth residential facility as a teenager during a testimony in support of the Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act. That's a
Hmm.
bad memory, though. Yeah, that's nothing to do with.
Sometimes the past have a way of molding your presence and even
True,
inflicting damage to your future. You'll be
true.
wondering why is this lady doing like this? Why is it so ras? Why is it so this and that? You won't know the
Mm,
kind of psychological torture he or
she's
she had
been
undergone
through.
while
Mhm.
young, and it begins to take effect in adulthood. You see some children acting weird on the streets and hating people or hating a
Mhm.
gender. You wonder what's the reason. But they've been molested or abused as kids, and they're
Very
taking it
true.
on anyone of that
Very
gender.
true.
And,
Very
you know,
true. Very
we
true.
just need to be careful.
Mm,
In our own
mm.
area, we don't even recognize that it exists, that the abuses exist
Yeah,
amongst
we don't.
our.
We don't.
You
We
know,
don't.
we don't even
We
recognize
don't.
that. How much of the dealing with, how much more talking about dealing with them and all that.
Mm,
Well,
mm.
let's continue to pray for our country and be hopeful.
Um,
Any more,
yeah.
Mr. T?
Yeah. Let's stay in Africa quickly. Kenya's youth one. President Ruto zero. Okay. It says Kenya's youth have shown how the power of protests, organized largely organically and through social media, can force one of Africa's most internationally regarded leaders to junk a flagship policy.
Mm, mm.
I,
That
It is.
I,
brings back memories of
it does.
the good side of June 12th. There
You,
was a good. Uh, I said June 12th. Sorry.
you
What I
meant
meant was
NSAS.
NSAS,
NSAS. Yeah.
NSAS, okay.
NSAS.
It was good at a point before it turned bad. And a lot
Yeah.
of people tend to forget the way they used to organize themselves when they were
Mhm.
protesting
Mm,
at Lekki toll gates. it kind of brings back that memory, that
And you
Kenyan
know
story.
the sad thing about it is that the emergence of Ruto galvanized the youth. It was the youth power that that served as his wings to power.
Abso-
You know, and,
Absolutely.
and now they've won the first set. Why they are saying is the youth Kenyan youth one, Ruto zero, is that they are moving to the next game. Now they say they have ended this finance bill. They want the president out. That's the next level now. But
Wow.
they're straight into a bad patch, like Alex mentioned. They started looting. I know that these shops belong to those who are suffering also. It's not as if you are
Yeah.
looting property or stuff like that. It's not as if that is all right, you know. But you are destroying things and you are depriving your contemporaries. That kind of you know, it's so sad. Okay, Mr. T,
Mhm.
we should be running up, right?
I think we should. Let me just do quickly. This South Africa's main coalition partners are at loggerheads just weeks after agreeing to share power as the rift between President Ramaphosa and Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen appears to deepen.
Hmm.
Think bedfellows,
Hmm.
right? I think
Yeah,
You know,
you
the
know,
ANC had it alone for a long time, and they
they
took it for
did.
granted.
They did.
Now they
They
have
did.
to
Yeah,
share power.
they have to
Yeah.
share power,
well,
and it's not like this
it's
gonna
good
work.
to see. Let me use the pleasure of introducing the man in red who just joined us. Uh, uh, experts and social development advocate is looking sparkly and yummy this morning. Uh, Anytime he wears Arsenal, this thing, he's always in a gunning mood. You know. Good morning, Bosu.
Oh,
Oshimura, to see you.
Good,
good
good morning.
morning.
Alex, good morning. Uncle T, good morning. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning,
Eh,
Bosun. Welcome on
Welcome.
board.
Just a red shirt. It's not a star.
oh, it's
Season
not
has
so okay. Anything I see red, I know that it's
Don't
not
worry,
the eyebrow.
Patch.
It's
You know
not,
what, boss? Patch is beginning to love us now the more. Don't worry. He's in love with us now.
it was when I was young and ignorant. When I was young and ignorant, and and, and fancied, flashy football. But when I realized that success is winning cups and championship, I shifted. I parted long time ago, about 15 years ago. Me
Oh
go
my
Emo
God.
Pami,
Yeah,
you
I'm going
know.
to be shocked this time around. Don't worry.
Hey, man. Hey, man. You continue with your shock absorber. But let's take a break. I'll come back with that's what's called a loader. Loner. The ANC, they're
Hmm.
in a lonely part nowadays. Loner by
Yeah.
Bella Shmurda. It's a nice sound, I think. Yeah, good to see you, everyone. Well, the voice appears to be clean to the part except Boston. I'm sure your own too will normalize shortly.
It's just coming in. Yeah, probably.
maybe there's a little rain here still going on.
It's
Uh-huh.
I
everywhere. It's
I mean, I
everywhere.
just
It's the same here.
It's still, his head is pouring now here. It started drizzling earlier, but it's pouring
Maybe
now.
we're experiencing the mythical 7 day rain.
ah.
Mm. It's going to be serious. So
It's been like that for almost a week. Oh, it's been like that. It's terrible. Anyway, it's not terrible. Some people need it. You know,
Yeah,
that's why we
for
did
the farm.
tomato and pepper issue.
That's a nightmare for some people.
do
If
we
you
still have farmers? Do you still have farmers on the ground?
if you see
We do
Are they
my
have.
still
backyard,
available?
if you see
Some
what
of
my
us are
wife has
doing home
done
farming now.
with my backyard, you'll be amazed.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
We have corn, we have vegetable, we have
Yes, so
tomatoes, we have yam, things are just growing, and I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Each
Yeah.
time she visits the market, she comes back home with a vengeance that she must do something about this.
Hey,
It is so.
You
It is.
know.
We are starting in our place too. We are doing bucket and bag farming.
Yeah.
I won't
Bucket
let them come
farm.
and kill me.
Yeah.
You know.
When
Ah,
you want to eat vegetable, go back at the yard. You go and pluck it. You just pluck it. We do and stuff.
but
Oh,
is
come
this
on.
way to go? You know, when the light issue started back in the 80s, 90s, generator wasn't common. Over time, people went to generator,
Mm-hmm.
solar, all these things. Maybe this is how we'll end up in Nigeria. People just have their own farms where they get their own stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
It's
way
like
to
owning
go.
your car after a while. After using transportation for many years, you now own your car. It not becomes a very, yeah, quite individualistic
Nation.
in thought.
You
Yeah,
know.
Wow.
to save money though.
Uh,
Market women
Last
will have to eat
two
up their produce.
days, harvested some corn. I couldn't believe it. If you see what
Wow,
she brought from the backyard, you know, I was
wow.
amazed.
Oh.
Maybe it's time to get a female minister of agriculture. I think the women
Hmm.
seem better understanding.
Yeah,
In
since
fact,
they
most of
are
our
in
ministers.
first, they're in touch with the market more than the men.
Inside all these men, all they do is sell fertilizer, nothing. They don't have any solution.
No solution.
Okay, we are back.
Agricultural harvesting.
Hey, everywhere is minimum wage. Okay.
So the money is
Okay, we are back on the Vintage Talk Show. I'm still with Tokumbo Jekunle, Alex Ogundadegbe, and of course you heard him. Bosun Oshifora has recently joined up. So we'll be talking about headlines of our major newspapers. And today is Saturday, but the problem afflicting us does not recognize Saturday. It does,
Afflicting us.
most of
no
the
respect
headlines,
for the weekend.
it's not about you, no leisure for the week. So I'm going to do what they call like a montage of some headlines, some newspapers, so that you can be quick out of this because everything is about, most of it is about minimum wage. Let me start with. So I'm going to pick those headlines, especially
Hmm.
the constitution. In let's start with the leadership weekend. It says minimum wage, labor, state governors set for showdown. You must adhere to national wage floor. Labor
Hmm.
tells governor. Um, the Guardian, I mean the Saturday Independent, I beg your pardon, says labor minimum wage, labor faults governor's decision to pay whatever they can afford. Um, the Tribune says some governors are threats to democracy. That's by the Nigerian Labour Congress. Praises progressive-minded governors. Okay, and Saturday Telegraph says minimum wage don't fall for blackmail by governors. NLC tells federal government cautions
Hmm.
against dictatorial tendencies. And bum, 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 bum. This day doesn't even have anything on that. Vanguard says you can't. Sorry, minimum wage. You can't dictate what to pay. Lagos, that's the people paying. They can't dictate. Labor replies governors warn against um, provoking industrial unrest with inflammatory utterances. Hmm. It's getting curiouser and curiouser. It says Nigerian workers should not be reduced to beggars, right? And Punch leads with a huge headline. It says minimum wage. Labour rejects governor's bid to take over negotiations. Governors unfriendly. Some states yet to pay 30,000 approved 5 years ago. NLC claims states should be allowed to negotiate with workers. Governors insist. Is that all? No. The nation says minimum wage in black, white, and yellow, so you don't miss it. Governors can't dictate what to pay, says NLC, accuses governors of hypocrisy, double standards. We'll negotiate our own wage. Jigawa governor insists. Fresh years over standoff. Impact of new minimum wage. Gentlemen, the I mean, it's not easy. Oh, everywhere is minimum wage. Minimum wage. The governor say that they can only pay what they can make. It's not as if they're making much anyway. But like we said last week, the problem is governors governors are complaining they can pay between 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. I think the maximum any of the governors suggested was River State 75 or 70. Lagos is about 60 something, 65 or something, 67 or thereabout. Those are buoyant states who are also heavy debtors. But but I mean that's governance. They say
Oh, yeah.
everybody owes, So when you see their debt file, it's staggering. But they are still supposedly the richest states around. It doesn't make sense to have a uniform. I mean, in a federal system, does it make sense? Is it reasonable or is it obtainable to have a uniform wage structure in a federating states? And when people don't earn the same thing, imagine Jigawa compared to Lagos. It probably the whole workforce is the government people, and the IGR is mostly from what they collect from
small.
MCA. What would be your advice for these Ajero people?
Well, if I may comment, sir, first off, let's situate the argument. Number one, is there a cost? Yes. And what is the issue? The issue is in the past 1 year, things have gone up, prices of things have gone up because of the removal of subsidy and the floating of the naira and the purchasing power of the average Nigerian has been drastically reduced. And the average Nigerian still needs to survive. He needs to feed himself and his family, and he needs to get on his feet. Now, so I think that was what birthed this agitation for increase in minimum wage. Now, but the argument, like you just put forward, is this is a federation, and I don't subscribe to having a uniform position. You may have a uniform position regarding certain things, but when it comes to wages, some states, if we look at even the fact, I mean, the money they get monthly, it differs greatly based on different parameters. So at the end of the day, you cannot force what you think everyone should do on them. People should be able to come out and say, this is what we can afford. Because at the end of the day, the governors are the ones paying. Now, so if you use all your money to pay salaries, then development, infrastructure, every other thing definitely will go into abeyance. That's one. But at the same time also, if you leave these things to people, they would do anyhow, they will do whatever they like. So there must be a common front, but you should also allow them some ventilation and say, this is what we can do, and this is how we want to do it. That's what I feel. One of the things the thing I've always agitated for is labor should look in different direction beyond just the minimum wage. Because if you look at the population of those employed under government, both at the federal level and at the state level, they're nothing compared to the rest. Because I do not have the statistics off the top of my head now, the current one, but I don't think up to 40% of Nigerians are employed under government. Now, so
Yeah.
that if you come up with a wage position like that, then the private sector too will have to koto, and then so many things will have to follow. Now, then that speaks to inflation, because I mean, if you look at what they were saying earlier, that raise the money to 400,000, 500,000. Let's see, assuming but not conceding that government follows that directive or direction, then there will be massive inflation. At the end of the day, what we're trying to protect, we will not leave ourselves very exposed. So what Labour should do is look into how government can put in some things for people, the general populace, not just the workers. That's my own position.
Yeah, thank you, Boston. It, I like the way lawyers, form their argument. Assuming but not conceding. In case this is just for argument's sake. Don't take it as if I've spoken. I like that very much. It's the omen is not too palatable. It's not too, we are worried. What would be the fate of great Nigerian with the standoff with Labour again? The last one we had for 5 days, it was traumatic, and the two positions are understandable, but apparently irreconcilable. We have to find a way. The main point we've always been stretching is, you can't call people to sacrifice. You can't call them to an order or to some kind of suggestion and say, I want you to sacrifice. And you live in opulence, in transparent opulence. You don't even hide it. You are lots, all kinds of, we're just making an allegation against the former governor of, what's his name now? The Ubano, Ubiano, what's his name? The last guy, I think it's from Abia or something. Ebano, something like that. Yeah, something like 40 billion from security votes to some personal accounts and all that. So when you hear the atrocities, governors, and all that, their aides, legislators, what they make, what they waste, what they allot to themselves. And you wonder, how will NLC have people fighting for, workers have NLC fighting for them. What about the generality of people who don't work within the government offices or atmosphere, who are in the majority? I suspect 70% of the workforce of productive people in Nigeria are not in government. How will they survive? They see you drive these, order these. We have just approved some billions for presidential jets and all that. They read all this. Look for instance, this headline in this paper. I think it's the Sun, Saturday Sun. It says presidential jets maintenance to gulp $22 million. Aircraft engineers outline cost of keeping fleet in good state. They say some of our planes are not serviceable, or they are not in good order. They have to sell off some. And they want to buy more, sell more, buy more. I think we have about 5 or thereabout. There's a federal government, National Assembly under pressure as INC, MBF, ACF, and CAN. Those are regional socio-political organizations. CAN describe, that's a religious body that they believe, describe move to buy new jets as sad, misplaced priority. This paper, Daily Trust, says questions over Tinubu's 4 budgets. My guy has been on the saddle for a year and less than a month. Today will be a year and 1 month exactly, actually. And we have, between that year, we have had four budgets, including two or three supplementaries. You know, it's. I mean, the budget says running multiple appropriation laws is abnormal. Then some CSOs say it is first in history. And Falana just threw water into whole thing. Says Tinubu responding to IMF dictates.
Dictates.
What's going on? What's going on? What's ah
Well, I can just drop this badge, and it's really touching. When last week we talked a bit about this, and when I went after the show, I sat back to do a recap, and I realized where my constant headache had been in the past few days prior to last week's show. Because the first thing that occurred to me, a bit of what Bosun has said, and I think Alex mentioned something like that last week, is the fact that, upper week, and the fact that our governors need to be very, very mobile and creative.
mm,
See, we have gone beyond the level where we copy and paste governorship. You can't become a governor and look at what has been before, and you lift from what has been before, and you want to perfect it now and use it. Because things have changed, people have changed, situations have changed. When it comes to budgeting, it's not something you can copy and paste. IGR on some governors platform is zero, nothing at all from some states. And recently, give it to the the center. The center actually called on all governors, say, you guys now have a lot more covering for you from the common purse. What are you doing with those things? We sit back and pay
mm,
salaries alone, okay? And we
mm,
sit back and do it, not much for infrastructure, not much. Somebody raised something the other time on a TV show and said, ask governors how many of them have public health institutions well structured in their states. After all, public health institutions are expected to be closer to the people. So people will
yeah.
stop going to the federal, where it's more expensive and where, but the care starts from the local base. Most states, sorry, don't have them. And I'm worried. I am really worried. If you are coming to govern, what did you have in mind? Where is your vision paper? Where is your paper of action? What did you, I mean, you just went through election processes, you got the deal, and now you sit back and you say you are governor. No, people, you come with a plan. And I don't know how we can do that check or because it's invariably affecting everybody. Governors, yeah, for me, they won't listen to God federal is going to say about salaries. Oh. They want to negotiate with their workers because they know what is
Mm,
coming in and they know what they have to give out. But they are
yeah.
coming to come with clean hands and in equity. Come with clean hands. We have to block loopholes where money is being sieved out, just as Pat said earlier. Show that we are very serious about that. And let us be very deliberate about the plans we have to make more money. Tax issues cost wahala in Kenya. Just
Yeah.
tax major cost wahala in Kenya. The unfortunate thing was I was coming to a youthfully minded president that the whole world had clapped. Ah, fine, this is coming in. But the same
It's going to
youth
be
are the ones who
change.
are go protesting against this guy. So
Mm-hmm.
every governor, please sit back and look inwards. You have to be very, very creative. We cannot sit back and be collecting dole all the time. And then people who are in, I don't want to talk about this again. Check yourselves, check your salary, check your emolument, check extras, things that are coming in. Don't buy cars all the time. Change cars all the time. Are you going to drive your new car to your constituency and go and greet people when you have those cars? These are things that you have to be sensitive to your environment. Environmental intelligence matters a lot. But we must put
Mm,
something on the table for the people. If we don't, people, I don't want to say another strike will grow. I'm not no, my crystal ball isn't showing it. It's foggy. So I won't say anything about that. but we have to be mindful. Protesters are still on the line.
All right, yes.
We will send napkin to you. You have to clean it. Let's see. Let's see what tomorrow holds for us.
No,
It's a tough
you know, your own crystal ball didn't even show anything earlier.
at all. My own, maybe it was broken, you know. But who has a fetish for one man who's also always looking at the crystal ball, predicting one thing or the other, you know. But will not let it fly. I don't know how you
tell us about that man, Joe.
You are implying that God is so he doesn't have much work to do. He will not be looking for when Arsenal will play this, he will not be telling you to
But leave us now alone. No.
sorry, did I mention us now?
You did, you mentioned us now.
But your voice did not come out. I didn't hear you.
I said that man's position comes after the event.
He has people pushing it for him, and
oh my God.
Anyway, the nation has some interesting, fairly Saturday-ish headlines I want us to go through before we leave this side of the episode today. It says sexual assault. Appeal court affirms Baba Ijesha's 5-year conviction.
Oh dear.
Appeal court affirms Baba Ijesha's 5-year conviction. Remember the actor that was accused of sexually molesting
a minor, yeah.
You know, and he claimed that it was set up. You know, I don't know if he still wants to go to Supreme Court. It's already about 2 or 3 years now. Nigerian case. He might go to Supreme Court now, and after he has come from prison, is when they'll be hearing the results. You know.
Just as predictions after the match.
That one case. Then there's another story, sad one. Friends, associates mourn ex-Conga CEO Nick Imudia. No,
I
he was
read that
alleged
story.
to have committed suicide. Yes,
I understand that he committed suicide.
Yeah,
that's what we heard. That's what we heard. I think he's running his own company, some logistic company, dealing with solar energy and all that. I don't know. And he's supposedly called his wife how he wants to distribute his wealth. I mean, his ex-wife,
exactly.
how he would like to distribute his wealth and all that. So I don't know.
And took off from the top of his building, from the top of balcony of his house. He took off.
Yeah, he took off. Smashed himself. But so, from your legal experience, what you have seen in court and in life, why do people commit suicide apart from hunger, poverty, love matters, and all that? Is there any other reason?
Is a major reason, which is not really peculiar to this realm or this our side, is debt. Some people are in debt. You don't know. Sometimes people appear passive. They are just trying to maintain. And, you know, sometimes, let me put this well in English. My mom used to say something that it's better not to have money than to have money and not have gain. You know, you have to maintain and show people and all that. At the end of the day, you are quite more. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that was what happened, but I know a lot of people, particularly outside Nigeria, is debt that drives them to suicide. Because you've maintained and creditors are holding you here and there. But meanwhile, people don't know what's going down. So that major one, why particularly all those people we see as big people, because by his position, he doesn't look someone that will commit suicide. But in some cases, death can be a major reason. If you check the books, you will know that the books are not balanced.
I don't know the kind of prayer to pray for this situation. I can only pray for his family, his young daughter, and his extended family. They
I
have the
think it's,
fortitude.
there's a common thing that occurs that a lot of people don't see, and that's something we
Mm,
call depression. Depression. It can happen to
mm,
anyone, whether you're rich, poor, you're well-to-do. It doesn't really matter. You know, we've had a lot of stories of people, for instance, who are rich and who, for instance, one that comes to mind is a popular actor. Even though it's from abroad. You may have heard of Robin Williams. Robin Williams did a movie titled
yeah,
Mrs. Doubtfire,
making
Mrs.
people
Doubtfire.
happy. I
You know,
remember.
Yeah.
he
A
was a
funny guy.
comedian. He lived all of his life
Mm,
making people happy, but he himself was not happy, and he committed suicide. You
yeah.
know, so it's a sad thing, and the only thing we can do is console those who have gone, and if console the families of those who have gone, and if we see or hear about anyone who's going through anything, we should reach out. See if we
Yeah.
can talk to them and help lift them from that state, because I dare say
Mhm.
it's a dangerous thing.
It is.
Well,
Mr. Alex,
thank you, gentlemen.
see, we don't know. Most times we don't know until this thing happens. Most of these people
Yeah.
just pretend and play along.
Okay.
And this is general assumption that everything is fine at your end.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, I'm begging all of you. You look all right. Don't have any suicidal thoughts. God will any depression. Talk to me. Let me. He said he doesn't write it in the face now. Please don't don't
But
don't go that way.
oh,
Don't
come on.
go. No, this one it will get better. Please, please, please. On that note, we come to the end of headline review of Radio Nigeria newspapers. We'll take a short break and come back.
Oh, come on.
Our guest, our guest is already in the house. We'll be back shortly. This is Kiss Daniel. It's a show.
Mm, nice one. Sure. Are you there? Are you fine?
Hey, good morning, my brother, Dr. Kayode Olagunju. Good morning. Uh,
I think it's just catching up.
Gentlemen, we have a retired deputy corps marshal, Dr. Kayode Olagunju, as guest with us this morning. I'd like you to field questions with him in the 15, 20 minutes we're going to have. We are trying to locate his voice now. Hello, hello, K. He has muted. He has muted and removed his. It was on before.
It was. I saw him. Probably setting up somehow. Getting ready to come.
Let me see if I can get him on WhatsApp. Please unmute. Hello, K. Please unmute and open your video, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, good morning. Dr. Cardio Lagunju, good morning. Okay, I didn't put him in. Dr. Cardio Lagunju, good morning. I can hear your voice.
Yeah,
He still cannot hear you.
His audio is off. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Check your audio.
Let me change.
It's
No,
fine.
you're
It's
okay
fine.
now. You're okay now.
Fine.
You are
Okay.
suddenly okay.
Let me change the device.
Don't change your Cardio.
Don't
Just stay like
change.
this.
It's fine. It's fine
You
like
are
this.
good now. Oh, he has gone to change you. Oh, technology.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, loud and clear. Are you okay? Good morning. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Hello, Kayode. Can you hear me? I'm seeing your video, but I can't hear your voice any longer. I'm going to go ahead and launch. I hope we're able to get his voice.
Alex is off. Bosun is off.
But soon normally disappears when we're doing talking points. Since there's no point blank.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's on now. And I can see the video.
Yes, I can see him too. It's from his end.
Yeah.
He should have probably the first device was good. The one he went to change.
Okay, the picture is moving now. Kaude, can you hear us? He's trying to use another device.
Oh. And the first one was really good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. We can hear you.
I've changed the device, so I'm on two devices now.
Yeah, I can see, but we can't see you. We can't see you. Your face in this current one.
Yes,
Please
I'm going to. I'm going to lock. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe you could log off the second one so there is no hold back.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to introduce you now.
The other devices are still on charge.
Are you not hearing me again?
I'm hearing you, but you're talking from the two devices. You need to choose one.
Okay.
Or else there'll be hold back on the studio. Choose the one you want to shut off.
I've done that.
You have not done that too. From our own end. The first one is still, if you want to keep the first one, is good. The second one is, we can't even see your face. It's very far away. But this first one appears good now, so you can shut down the other one.
I've even I've even logged on. So let's see.
The problem is, let me remove it from here. It's gone off. Yes, good. Okay. Let's see a hold back. Okay, say something. Let me hear you. Say something. Let me hear you, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but I hope the other device is shut off.
This device is even off completely.
Okay. Okay, let's go on. Maybe it will get better.
Okay, I'll try to do something. I know that. Just let's go on. I'll do something.
Okay. Well, we're still on the Vintage Talk Show with the vibes, Bukumbo Jekolo, and Alex Arugundadi.
I like that.
I thank God it's not here. It's not here. Alex Ogundadebe, I wanted to say. Oh my, this whole back coming from.
The whole back is heavy.
Doctor,
I'm
you have
going
to
to
do
do.
something about it.
I'm going to do something. Just give me just 1 minute.
All right.
Okay, let's play some music then.
Yeah. You can't say because I'm singing. They're going to do copyright. You can't block my voice. La festa. Oh, but it was going to be going on well. Oh. Then again, I know the pose. Oh, what's going on now?
We're losing time. But it's fine, it's understood because we have to get it right.
Yeah. I think I will just move on to the great until it comes.
Why don't you just,
I
I was
want to talk
about to
about
suggest, yeah. But
Osita
let him
Osadebe.
know. Yeah, let him know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Alex. Thank God you didn't hear what
Sorry.
I called you up there. Where you are off.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Mellow.
What happened to our guest?
I don't know. We don't know. It's trying
Technical.
to. I
Technical.
want
It's
to
trying
ask.
to get back.
I want to ask him to. We are moving it by 10 minutes.
Okay. The light went off here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I have enough battery to take me through the rest of the show. So it shouldn't be a problem.
I don't know if it's still.
Okay. Let's try.
No,
Well, we'll still expect our guests so that we are trying to sort out the technological hiccups here. We'll be back with him so we can flow. But we'll take you back to uh, the greats. And the greats, they were a way of reminding you about the great contributions of our musical legends, dead or alive. Every other month we do that. This today, we take it. It's the turn of the high life greats and iconic composer. You are listening to that music. You remember the flings, the guitar riffs, the the melody that will follow, and the melodious voice that will come shortly. Shortly. This Chief Stephen or Sita or Sadebe. These are the times when they don't have. These are the times they don't have qualms about
I'm back.
having an LP, having an LP of 17 minutes, 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, doctor. Just give me like 5 minutes. We want to try and put something in to fill the dead moment. We'll come back to you.
Okay. Okay. I hope the audio is okay now.
Better
It
now.
looks okay. It sounds okay.
Okay.
You have done the magic. Thank you. Oh, I don't have my. I will have called Azura Arinze to translate some of these words to me. I'm hearing
Mhm.
Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, and all that. This is probably doing some pan Nigerian lyrics. I can hear a jot of it.
You can't call him. You can still get him.
That's it. Unfortunately, I have two hands, and I'm already using two devices. You had a
Sorry.
PA or some kind of assistance that
Yeah, to help you out there.
can even think for myself.
You need an AI then.
That it, leave me alone.
You need an AI. Oh.
Osita Osadebe, he was born 17th of March 1936 in Atani. And he left us, unfortunately, 11th of May 2007. Mm, that was about 71.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was. Fantastic. But the one I love best is what I'm going to play next. It's fantastic. I can't understand what he's saying, but the melody, the power of the undisclosed lyrics, and the fluidity of his composition is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Some folks like Fair generation will be wondering what is this man talking about. Is that music? I got up one day.
Oh.
And then I said, that last music you play, is it a Nigerian?
Do you know the man
Okay,
was
listen
known
to it.
as the high life, the African high life king or something?
He's a life king.
Yeah.
Of course, he's singing in Igbo, but the music is universal. Listen to this. Listen to this, and tell me you don't love it. Oh, this is another long play, almost 19 minutes. Who's gonna listen to that in this generation?
In those days, it was nice. So you danced and danced and danced non-stop. Uh,
Oh, when
Uh,
dear. Oh, you can't hear the music. Sorry, Mr. T. You're
I
missing.
can, but Fudge, there's a lot more I've just found out. In America, he was referred to as a doctor of hypertension, a
Hmm?
reference to the healing power of his music.
Of his
Interesting.
music. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
healing power of his
Wow.
music.
This music, Osende Wendy, was released in 1984,
Mm,
40 years ago. And look at the quality, the timbre of the music.
mm,
It's
mhm.
something else. It's something else.
Lovely.
Indeed, the doctor of hypertension.
Doctor of hypertension. Yeah. And
Wow.
that got me thinking.
Yeah. Well, he died in 1970, 2007, aged 71, at St. Mary's
Mhm.
Hospital, Waterbury, Connecticut, in the United States. Lovely, lovely, fantastic singer. Well,
And the irony, Fudge, is that he was inspired by the late Nat King Cole. Yeah,
yeah,
is where he drew his
the
inspiration
African
from.
American great. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, when.
Good.
Okay, Mr. T, we need to go back to our original schedule. That's talking points. Thank you. Thank you. Even to the living memory of Chief Stephen Osita Osadebe. Thank you. Your memory, the legacies will not erode. Great music. Okay, we are back. And our guest is back. Yeah, our guest today recently dropped his uniform to be a bloody civilian, like most of us here. He has acquired tremendous experience and expertise from great halls of knowledge in the form of Harvard University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This one will not kill my mouth. MIT, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and the University of Lagos. Um, Acquiring the capacity to contribute to traffic management and transport planning and administration nationally and globally. He has served the country since 1988 as in several positions as sector commander in a number of states, zonal commanding officer, head of departments, a number of units in the organization, and commandant of the FRC Academy in Udi in Enugu State, among several special assignments, national and international. It's a pleasure to have on Talking Point this morning the retired Deputy Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC. Let me give you the full title: PhD, MNI, FCILT, FCAI, FABE, FISPON, and Sec 40 of 2018. I'm talking about this same man, Dr. Kayode Olagunju. Good morning, Doctor.
My pleasure to be here. Good morning.
Good
Ah,
morning, Doc.
it, I can
Good morning,
imagine.
sirs.
I can imagine. I have Tokunbo Jekunle with me here and Alex Ogundadebe. We'll be looking at your face cap loving face uh, uh, this morning and asking few questions. Now, how does it feel when you are introduced, especially in an environment where it's official and they have to mention your full regalia, so to speak? You know, the FC. FCILT, FC. Each one, I want to understand them. What is the FCILT? Fellow of something.
Yes, that's FCIT is a fellow of Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport.
Wow. Then FCAI is what?
Chartered Institute of Administration.
Ooh. What about
Then,
FABE?
That's a fellow of Association of Business Executives.
Wow. And what about FISPON?
Fellow of Institute of Road Safety Professionals.
Okay, I know
Fellow of
PhD.
Safety Professionals.
Okay, I know PhD. I know MNI. That's that means you're a member of the National Institute.
Member National Institute. Those ones are just for official decorations. I don't introduce myself. I don't introduce myself with all those titles outside.
No,
I don't introduce myself with those titles. I simply introduce myself as Kayode Olagoju, but the way we are trained, when it comes to official duties, you must be.
Yes.
But when it's not official, you can simply Kayode or my guy's name. That's all.
Okay. Now you are retired, so you are Kayode Olagoju.
Yes.
Good. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Now they also call you, your friends call you Figaro. Why Figaro? What does it mean to you? Hello, Kayode.
Oh dear.
Oh, what's happening again?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm hearing you now.
Okay, I thought you were trying to avoid the question. I said they call you Figaro.
No. Yes, that's my name.
So what does Figaro mean to you? I know it's a comic character, an Italian name. It's also in a character in a French book, a French play of the second century. I mean, the 16th century. So what does it mean to you?
Well, it means complexities. It means various things to so many people, so many groups. Incidentally, I got to bear the name before I started knowing of other Figaros. So mine didn't come from the Italian, or in fact, those who were with me in my secondary schools will say Olu Figaro, and I'm sure there's no other Olu Figaro in the universe.
Okay. Because Figaro is a comic character who's very mysterious.
I know. I know.
So I was wondering, maybe it's the adjective that gave it that.
In some culture, it means Baba. So it means so many things. Yes. When
Baba, yeah, right.
Yeah.
He also means a seller of fig trees. You know, all kinds of things, like you said.
So you can see that is something where you have different personalities, you have different things, many different things that you put to us in so many things. So that I think the name suits.
Well, it does appear so. Okay, let's ask some questions. You have been involved in traffic management and transport business, or transport administration for upward of almost 40 years, since you left this service. In fact, I understand you served at an FRSC office, and you are one of the recruiting officers, self-employed recruiting officers, is starting FRSC. Now, have you ever had a situation where, by quirk of misfortune, you misplace your documents and you are stopped on the road for not having complete documentation? Have you ever had that kind of situation?
Please come again. There, I missed
you. I say you have been involved in transport business, administration and traffic control for decades. Now, have you ever, in your experience, encountered a situation where you are driving, you are stopped on the road, maybe you're in Mufti, and you realize that you didn't bring your driving credentials, you didn't bring your driving documents, vehicle documents, or driver's license, and you are in a limbo. You don't have it, and you are stopped. Have you ever? Has it ever occurred to you?
No, no, no. The truth of the matter is, I don't get stopped. Though I always in my pouch, I always have my documents, but I don't get stopped. And sometimes when you try to hide the identity and you try to check the boys on the road, it's like people, especially in uniform organizations, usually recognize you, and that
Like
makes
a golden
it.
fish.
But I always
No, I
remember
didn't
a particular experience when I was a young.
Go ahead, please.
I think he's stuck again.
Okay, gay.
I hope I'm still on.
You are.
Yes, you are on, but you went off on
Okay.
your own.
Okay, I said I always remember a particular experience when I was a young officer in Benin, when there was a particular sign of no entry around the Oba of Benin's palace. That we
I
just came
remember
to
that.
town. We just came to town, and I drove into it. I was presenting some programs, some FRC programs on television, so my face was known. So I drove in my private vehicle. Then people blocked me. And see, you always talking on television. Now you are driving against traffic. I was embarrassed. I was trying to explain to them that there was no sign to show that I should not enter that particular route. They didn't believe. So it was an unpalatable experience. But later, some of them decided to follow me to the entrance of the road, and it was discovered that the sign had been covered by a obituary poster. So I always use that particular experience to teach our young officers that sometimes you may think you are right. Sometimes you may also think that that particular offender deliberately violated the rule. There could be situation where the fault could be on the side of government, or that even citizenry, like that particular case when the poster was, when the road sign was covered, so that they should always give people that benefit of doubt to say, okay, listen to them. Don't just assume. Since we didn't send you on the road to always arrest people at all costs. Listen to them, and sometimes use your discretion and educate them and allow them to go.
I wish they had done that for me one time ago when they stopped me. I saw a smoking car pass me, and maybe because I had guilty conscience, so they stopped me that my car was emitting smoke, and I was surprised that it was emitting smoke. It was after they have charged me, they gave me whatever this thing, their notice to come to this thing and fix it and pay this and all that stuff. When I got home, I was now revving the car. No smoke came out. I said, why didn't I challenge them? Because there was no smoke. It was not my car. So I'm just saying, it's true. And sometimes it happens. It's an error and all that. Now, when such things happen, have you ever had an occasion where it happened to your friend or friends, and the Nigerian being what it is, and you're just one step away from being the core marshal of the entire organization? You are the deputy. Have you had friends call you Omo, with the jam problem our boys there? Let me call them now so that they can free me and all that. Have you had occasions like that? And how did you deal with it?
I don't honestly, my work is misbehaving this morning.
Oh, okay. You didn't get my question.
No, all I had was that, how did you deal about it? How do you deal with it?
Sorry. Okay, I was saying, let me leave the preamble. Let me just move into. Let me. One of your friends or some of your friends, have they had a situation where they are stopped on the road by some of your boys, and they believe that they are in the right, and then now say, I have a friend now. He's just one step away from the call marshal of the FRSC. Let me call him. Hey, Kaude, your boys have they're harassing me here. Let me talk to them and all that stuff so that they can go. Have you heard people asking for favors when they are arrested for one traffic offense or the other?
Severally, I had that. And, in most cases, they get booked. They get issued tickets. It's also in the public space that we once arrested the wife of Professor Wole Soyinka. We once arrested Dr. Oluwagunloye Akomasha's wife. That is my command. And I've always told my wife that if I had arrested the wives of those prominent road safety gurus, and the boys knew the story. The day you mistakenly introduce yourself as Mrs. Kayode Olagunju and you committed an offense, they will tell you the full stories and get you arrested.
You know, I've heard stories about you, about your level of integrity and all that. And now that you mentioned your wife, let me just quickly ask about it. Seun Olagunju is a very well-known journalist, newscaster, national newscaster, and all that. And she's a very glamorous face. If I say, she's a very beautiful woman. I don't know what drew you to her or what kept you with her, but I know that people like that are. I mean, people get to institutions and environment. They are like the signers of all eyes. I mean, most eyes will be on them and admire them and all that. Do you sometimes have complex that I'm your husband, you're not even greeting me. My wife, you're greeting. Do you have complex that you're having a popular person as your spouse and makes you a bit jealous of all the attention she's getting?
No. I don't. I don't have that. I always even like to be at the background. It's my job that is bringing me out. So in most cases, once we enter a particular environment, we understand the particular nature of the environment. So sometimes I'm the star, sometimes she is. But most
I see when you answer my question, there's
you
always
don't sort of attractions. I don't get jealous or compete.
Okay.
I don't. No. That will not happen.
Okay. You're now retired. I saw your personal parade. Is it true what they say, or does it also work in a paramilitary environment like yourself, like your own, where they say in the balance of the military, the wife is superior to the husband, to the military officer? What does it mean when they say that? Does it work with the FRS?
It is an unwritten protocol. Unwritten protocol in the sense that what they are trying to achieve globally is that your colleagues must respect your wife. So if they say your wife is a step ahead of you, give adequate respect to the wife.
Okay.
That's the essence. So if your colleagues respect your wife, then be junior one now. That's the case.
That's it. Okay. So have you had occasions where some wives take it natural? Take it literally. They begin to impose themselves on the husband.
It's a matter of personality. I think that has to do with I think that has to do with personalities. Some people have overbearing personalities, so we also want to tell people, do you know who I am? Do you know the wife of? But if you have the stuff, you don't need to tell anybody who you are.
Yes. Guys, you are allowed to ask him questions. I don't know why you are keeping quiet.
I better just ask now, Fudge. I better just ask
better
quickly.
ask because
Yeah,
the time is
better.
going.
Doc,
Okay.
Doc, really nice to meet you across the internet. Honestly, I have always admired your steps and vision. As a retiree, in quotes, right? I don't mean you're tired.
Yeah.
When you look back, are you very satisfied with the situation, particularly of the core? Has the core been able to achieve its aim and purpose of its establishment when you look back?
Can I add to that before Doctor answers?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Now, my question it borders on what Mr. T just said, but it's from a personal perspective. Do you still have that professional urge when you're driving through traffic, you see holdups, you see situations? Do you have that urge to come down and take care of the situation? So added to what Mr. T just asked, I'd like you to answer that, sir.
Well, I want to say that the FRSC is a global, as it is now, it is regarded as a global agency because it is considered a model for agencies in that line globally. We go to other countries to even assist them to set up their own agencies. I was in Sierra Leone to assist in transforming their agency. And I also know that in terms of performance, the FRSC is rated among the best agencies of government in Nigeria. We won several awards, and definitely we have achieved the purpose to which the organization is set up, but it's a continuous process. Then on the issue of personal commitment, that's why we want to tag the second question. You are trained to be a road safety man for life because this life you save may even be yours. So anytime we are in a situation to help, you see us coming down. Sometimes I travel, I stop at accident scenes and stay several hours there. You call the boys, guide them, you make sure they do the right thing. Then you are also driving, you get to a place where there is a gridlock. You call the commander to send his boys. You want to wait to see that they are actually doing what you have asked them to do. It's a lifelong vocation.
You're right. Thank you so much. I don't know if you can answer the question in 1 minute. We have about 60 seconds to go.
Hello?
I want to ask, can you hear me?
It's freezing again, and I don't want to change the system. So I'm
don't
back.
Change. I'm just about thanking you for coming on the show. And I don't know if you can manage it in 60 seconds. Are you frustrated or irritated or embarrassed when you see people who disobey simple traffic, like people who run against red lights, people who take one way and all that, and they don't get punished? They go scot-free and make people who obey look like fools. Do you feel there's a sense of there's the logistic for punitive reaction is not effective or is not even there in the country? Do you feel frustrated by that?
I'll say road safety, road discipline is a reflection of personality, your own personality. If you are not disciplined in your personal life, you are going to exhibit that on the road. Then again, I don't think people should wait until they are corrected, or they are arrested. I always tell my people that it's only the lucky violators that get arrested by the road enforcers. The unlucky ones are arrested by road crashes. And when they are arrested by road crashes, it could be fatal. So when I see people doing stuff on the road, I always look at them like those who are ignorant, because somebody is asking you, somebody is prevailing on you not to kill yourself. Somebody is telling you not to commit suicide. So why do you have to be all bent in killing yourself on the road? Then there are so many things we consider as simple, but they could be fatal. So the advice I give on that is, don't wait until somebody stops you before you know that you must obey traffic lights. When they say you don't drive against traffic, if you drive against traffic, you are lucky when the boys stop you. If you are not lucky, it feel like will meet you there and crush you and the vehicle.
Thank you so much, Kayode Olagunju, retired Deputy Corps Marshal of the FRSC. It's been great having you. Thank you so much, Doctor. And we wish you a lovely weekend. Our regards to your wife and the family. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That
sir.
was Dr. Kayode Olagunju. And for all of us, I'm going to be saying the goodbye to us. On behalf of Mr. T, Alex, AC Fair, Bosson, we say thank you for joining us today and making this interesting. And we must thank our guest, Kayode Olagunju, for joining us and speaking his mind from retirement. He's spent, all his adult life there. And it's been interesting listening to his thoughts on traffic management. We hope to be back next week, and we trust that you'll have a good weekend in spite of the rains. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Eshel, thank you so much.
All right, sir. See you next week by the grace of God.
Yes, amen. So, Doctor, see you. I'm shutting down.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry for the glitch.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It happens like that often.